Welcome to Trivia Viral. Our channel covers all the latest analysis and recaps on TV shows and movies, as well as interesting stories and facts that you may not have known. So sit back, relax, and subscribe to our channel if you have been enjoying our videos so far. The film then flashes back to 6 years earlier. 16-year-old the legend lives in New Rochelle, New York with his father and French mother. He idolizes his father and is so proud of seeing him being inducted into the New Rochelle Rotary Club Wall of Honor as a lifetime member. One morning, his father rouses him out of bed and takes him to a store where he watches as his father cons a woman into lending him a black suit for him. He then drives his father to the Chase Manhattan Bank dressed with the suit and pretending to be a chauffeur, in a ruse to impress the bank people and secure a loan. When the loan is denied. This video is sponsored by QD. QD is Asia's largest platform for students, tutors, and coaches to find and book lessons online or offline, all from a single platform. Sign up at QD today. The family is forced to move from their grand home to a small apartment, which causes tension between his parents. One day, coming back from school, he catches his mother having an adulterous affair with his father's friend. His mother tries to buy his silence, but he is too upset to care. Soon afterwards, he comes home to find out that his parents are getting a divorce. When asked which of his parents he wishes to stay with, he runs away from home, using his checkbook to con his way into transportation and shelter. When he quickly runs out of money, he tries to create fake checks from his own checkbook, and then tries to pull confidence scams on bank tellers with very little success. One day, he takes notice of some airline pilots and some stewardesses checking into a hotel. Seeing how they are given the VIP treatment everywhere they go inspires him. He then uses the uniform and knowledge to create fake checks from Pan Am, which he successfully cashed at banks and hotels all over New York. The con works as even a bank manager who turned him down earlier gets caught up in the ruse. He tries to run the same check scam at an airport, but gets confused with an expected deadhead pilot heading to Miami. He rolls with it and experiences his very first flight, followed by his first sexual experience with one of the stewardess. Some months later, on Christmas Eve, the FBI agent is working in the FBI office by himself when he calls to apologize for tricking him back at the hotel. The FBI agent doesn't accept the apology and dares him to meet the FBI agent face to face. He gives the FBI agent his location and room number, but the agent doesn't believe him. Remembering that he had made a reference to the New York Yankees during their phone conversation, the agent has his men check for runaways in the New York area. Their search eventually leads them to his mother. Upon seeing his yearbook picture, the agent immediately recognizes him and finally knows who his suspect is. He then reveals to his mother that he has already stolen about $1.3 million in check fraud. Meanwhile, the agent visits the legendary father, who openly refuses to give up his son. However, the agent finds a letter from him with his address in Atlanta. The address leads the agent, but he has already gone to Louisiana to meet with his girlfriend's parents. The agent does notice his Harvard diploma with his new alias, which takes him to the hospital which he has already quit. He and his girlfriend meet with her parents in Louisiana, where he not only claims to be a Lutheran like them, but also that he is a qualified lawyer as well as a doctor. The girl's father questions him about his feelings, which leads him to openly admit that he is not a lawyer, a doctor, or a co-pilot, but the girl's father takes it as just a romantic speech and agrees to give away his daughter's hand. He also passes the bar exam and joins the girl's father's law firm as an assistant prosecutor. On Christmas Eve, he calls the agent at the FBI office, who has been expecting the call and has his team listening in on it. He says he is done and settling down and asks the agent to stop chasing him. The agent informs him that this is not possible since he has stolen about $4 million at this point. He understands and hangs up, not realizing he made a mistake by telling the agent about the engagement. After looking through wedding announcements, the agent and his men manage to track him down on the night of the engagement party, leading him to confess to his girlfriend who he really is, before escaping out a window and asking her to meet him at the local airport a few days later. When he doesn't appear, the agent has his men stake out the airport, certain that he will attempt to show him up somehow and try to escape by plane instead of leaving town in a quieter way. 7 months later, in 1967, the agent advised his boss that he had been forwarding checks all over the Eastern Hemisphere. Only this time, the checks are the real thing. Claiming that the legend is completely out of control, he requests permission to track him down in Europe. His boss, however, denies him permission, citing that if the agent couldn't catch the legend while he was within the USA, he won't catch him in Europe. The agent tells him that he came with the French police and promised them to arrest him himself. He assumes the agent is lying, but the agent convinces him that he will be shot if he walks out of the factory without the agent. He agrees to handcuff himself and the agent takes him outside, where, seeing no police, he compliments the agent on his ability to fool him. After 2 years, he is released into the agent's custody. And on Christmas Eve 1969, the plane extraditing his flies into the United States. With his father dead and realizing his mother has moved on, he quietly surrenders as the agent. And the local police arrive and arrest him. He is finally tried, convicted, and sentenced to 12 years, completely isolated in a maximum security federal prison of Atlanta. During the next 4 years, he receives regular visits from the agent, especially around Christmas time. Sometime later, the agent visits him again, only this time with his boss. They give him a check which he aptly identifies as fake as soon as he touches it, which makes the agent smile. In 1974, the agent arranged for him to be allowed to serve out the remainder of his sentence working for the check fraud department of the FBI under the agent's custody. Although he is out of prison, he is chained to his desk job and misses the thrill of his old life. Back in the office on Monday morning, the agent is nervous when he doesn't show up for work on time. However, he does show up, and the two begin going over a recently discovered check forgery that shows some new methods of forgery they haven't encountered before. It is then revealed, through scrolling text, that he has been happily married for 26 years, had 3 sons, lives in the Midwest with his family, is still good friends with the agent, caught some of the world's most elusive money forgers, and gets millions of dollars each year because of his work creating unforgeable checks. What are your thoughts about the story? Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe if you would like to see more similar videos, and give us a thumbs up to get more recommendations of our videos. Be the first to watch the latest videos by clicking the bell icon. See you on the next video.